Welcome, Mark. So happy to be with you today. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Good to be here.
You and your founding team have gained significant experience both working at traditional banks and then building challenger banks designed to disrupt traditional banks. So tell us a little bit about that background.
I founded Starling Bank. I was a CTO of Starling Bank, and as you might be aware, it's one of the original challenger banks. We were the first bank, I believe, to build our banking platform in the cloud from scratch and host it and run production in the cloud. And then just after us, the guys at Monzo came along and Revolut or thereabouts as well. So just before us, there was Atom and there was Tandem doing their thing. So it was a really vibrant time in terms of that sort of launch phase of 2014, 2015 when we founded it as a consequence of all the changes that occurred in Europe at the time in terms of the European Banking Authority empowering the FCA over here to allow people to be able to fast pass their banking. So we took advantage of that.
And congratulations, you've just received your e-money institution license.
We have.
From the FCA. So now what does this enable you to do?
So being an e-money company means that you're regulated to safeguard customers' money. So we have that in a separate safeguarding account, which is a good thing for customers, but it also enables us to be able to deliver some I guess, current account banking type features that traditionally only banks could provide. Anyone, anywhere. So if you're a Ziglu customer, you can pay each other in fiat currency, traditional currency, or cryptocurrency. But also you can use UK faster payments as well. So you can make a payment to any bank account in the UK. And we've got a whole raft of other payments coming in due course in terms of European payments and SWIFT and those things in due course. But also it enables us to be able to launch cards as well. And cards is obviously we've got a MasterCard, a Ziglu MasterCard debit card that we're testing with right now around London and the UK. Just making sure it all works before we start releasing it out to our customers, and our e-money license enables us to be able to do that as well.
So what doesn't it allow you to do versus gaining a full challenger banking license?
Right, well, we deliberately went down this route, if I'm honest with you, because the flexibility it affords and being able to do crypto, it's very difficult to do that if you're a bank. And it enables us to be able to manage our capital adequacy a little differently, so we don't have to put quite as much money with the Bank of England to be able to do the things that we do. And the banking licenses, I guess, the toughest and most challenging thing to achieve in the UK, and we're very proud to have done that at Starling Bank as quickly as we did. But I think there's one or two companies out there that have proven that you can be very successful and do many of the things, if not all the things, that one of the challenger banks can do without having that license. So we've gone down that route as well, and we feel it gives us lots of the flexibility that we need to be able to offer the services that we're offering, not only now but in the future. And it also enables us to be able to take advantage of open banking and the Second Payment Services Directive to provide open APIs, which enable customers to be able to have access to the same sort of things they might have access to with their bank. So credit facilities and interest on accounts and insurance and all the type of things that banks may offer, we can offer through open banking and PSD2. And they're some of the things that we might be doing in the future.
Is there anything that's prevented other challenger banks from making the move into digital assets? If you're a challenger bank, you would not find it very easy to move into crypto. It's not officially banned in the UK, but to all intents and purposes, it is. There's two pieces of legislation that are important to enable us to be able to do what we're doing. It's the e-money license, but also the fifth money laundering directive registration process, which is a process to ensure that we are dealing with crypto in the right sort of way. So what that means is there's a very, very high barrier now to say that we want to make sure in the UK that we understand where cryptocurrencies come from. So as we're dealing with cryptocurrency as one of our services, we need to show that our anti-money laundering, our compliance, our risk and general overall governance of our business meets the standards expected by the FCA. And they're very, very high standards, as you can imagine. So that's a really important part of what we've been through as well, and we've been registered for. And I believe there's only 3 companies in the UK that have gone through that process right now, and we're one of them. So we're very proud to have that badge and have achieved that registration. And that allows us to be able to both offer current account type services like a Challenger does, but also offer crypto services as well.
So you have been around 2 years and you elected to build an entire cloud banking platform from scratch when others might have licensed it from a third-party vendor. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, we're a tech company first and foremost with an e-money license. So as a tech company, you need to own your own tech. It's something that I passionately believe in, having been a CTO in the past. And once you own your core, then you can integrate with best-of-breed third parties to do ancillary services, to do things that are important to the overall proposition. But you have to own the heart of your business as far as I'm concerned. And if you look at some of the world's biggest and most successful fintech challenges, they all do that. So, you know, we're very pleased and proud that we've been able to do that. There's very few companies in the world that have done what we've done. But it does enable us now to be able to own our IP, own our release schedules. If we want something done, we can get it out within a release 2 or 3 weeks or so, and we can change, and we can adapt, and we can evolve really, really quickly. And it allows us to be able to control our unit costs. We're not paying a third party for running on their infrastructure. So it's something that is very important to me. Now, there are companies out there that might choose to use someone else's tech and banking ledger. And you know, some of those banking ledger companies are pretty damn good. But we went through the route of saying that it's important, certainly for our future scaling of the business. You know, it's all in our business is all in Google Cloud. It's all highly scalable, highly resilient, highly redundant, as you might imagine. Which means that, you know, we've tested and scaled it through testing to many hundreds of thousands and millions of users actually.
How long before digital assets appear on the statements of everyone's bank accounts?
Well, they appear on ours today. So if you have a Ziglu app, your currency transactions, no matter what currency they're in, appear in your app, and that's the way that we do it. So you have your GBP, your Bitcoin, your Ether, and they're all there. And every time you do a transaction, no matter what currency it is, whether it's on a payment or you're sending some money to a friend or you're using your card, all those transactions appear chronologically. You can sort them and filter them, of course, but they're in our app now. Now, will the other guys catch up? Yeah, I'd imagine they will do in due course, those that offer crypto. But banking is going to be tough, as I said earlier, whether they will be allowed to get into it or they'll choose to get into it. We've all heard the resistance of the banks over the years, from Goldman's and JPMC, saying never, we won't touch it, to actually we realise it's here to stay now. We realise it's not a problem, and they're embracing it now. Whether they're a big major bank or a big company such as Facebook getting into it with Libra, or governments, you know, realising it's here to stay and it's going mainstream, it's inevitable that more will offer it as part of the facilities they offer customers. And clearly in America, I think they're slightly leading us in Europe in that regard. In banking and bringing it involved and holding those crypto assets for us. But as I said, you know, we've been doing it for a while now, and our customers love it.
Well, great. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thanks for moving the industry forward, and congratulations again.
Thank you. It's nice talking to you. Thanks very much.